Warning, the following may contain horse spiders. Join fantasy authors Phil Tucker, Timandra Whitecastle, David Benem, Benedict Patrick, and Josiah Bancroft as they roll dice and take on the bad guys in a game of Dungeons and Dragons. 5 authors, 5 worlds, 1 adventure. It's time to get crit-faced. Previously on Crit-Faced, barely surviving combat with a vicious spirit, the house is now on fire, and Master Sunna lies dying on the floor.
So guys, what do you want to do?
How bad is the blaze? Like, is the house itself burning down, or is it just the door?
No, it's you had set fire to both the door and the ceiling. Now, luckily enough, the blaze on the ceiling seems to be reducing. It's definitely, there's a lot of scorch marks up there, but it just doesn't seem, because if you recall, this floor of the house seems to be in a really bad state of repair, so you can tell that the wood up there is actually quite damp, and the fire there is reducing. Now, the door to the bedroom that the spectre came from, that is fully ablaze at the moment, and the flames are moving upwards right now. So that's the one that you'd be most concerned about. Also, you've got someone dying in front of you.
All right.
Okay, so like some basic sort of strategy. Like, so should some of us try to handle the fire, and someone else try to heal Master Sunna?
That sounds. Why don't we have someone chuck the door down so it stops setting the walls on fire, and then someone else will heal? Who can heal?
I can heal.
You got a dab hand with the bandages?
I can chop things down.
Yeah, why don't you chop down the door, and I got like the what's it called, healing word, or I got healing word.
Oh, perfect.
Am I right in saying that Jean can cast 2 spells at the moment? Is that right? So is that how many you've got a certain number of spell slots?
Oh yeah, I do. I have 2. Have I already used them?
You've used one that I can recall, the Thunder Wave. So this will be your final spell.
Okay. Well, I think it's worth it, right?
Okay. Right. So will we do that first? So what's happening with Jean and what's he doing? I know this is new to him.
Well, he just has this sort of feeling that what Master Sunna would really appreciate right now is a song, and so he pulls out his concertina and he digs deeply within to himself to find the song that matches this moment of great woe, and he decides on "The Monkey Steals the Master's Hat." It is a classic ballad, and he begins to play "The Monkey Steals the Master's Hat." And as he does, he feels this sort of warming sense of health and vitality bursting forth from him, and he's not really sure what this feeling is, but it seems to be having a strange effect.
On Master Sunna.
Well, yes, the audience is crying, but also Master Sunna seems to be perking up a little bit, perhaps.
Yeah. So, do you have the description for healing word there?
I don't, but I have the feeling that I roll a d20 and then she gets doubled that.
I don't think that's that. I'm fairly confident that's not what it is.
Okay. Well, what is it, like a d8 or something?
If you bear with me, I will check.
This is the portion of the game where I have to count the sides of the dice.
It is, yes.
That's 6.
Okay. It's healing word that you're casting. So you get Master Sunna gets to regain, and Jean can roll this, but 1d4, so that's the smallest die. But she also, your spell casting ability modifier goes on top of that as well. So when you cast a spell, is there a plus number that you normally add when you cast a spell?
Yeah, that's somewhere on here. Hold on. That's is it okay?
It'd probably be 4 or 5, I imagine.
I think it's 5.
Right.
Is that?
Where is it on the sheet?
It should. So maybe on the next page, you've got a page that lists your spells, and I think it's in a box above your spells.
It says slots total 2. Oh, 5. It is 5.
That is 5. So there we go. So
okay.
So you roll your d4, and then it's add 5.
2 plus 5 is 7. I can still do that.
7. But what's most important is that it takes Master Sonna above 0, which means she gets to regain consciousness.
Yay. Unfortunately for her.
The power of song, madam.
So I roll to my side and sort of get up. I had this most terrible nightmare. Someone singing a song.
Philistines.
Okay. Meanwhile, what's happening with Kellen on the door?
He is chopping
Okay.
with his great axe. Do I need to roll like a strength check?
I don't think so. I think he's competent enough to deal with an inanimate object. So you just want to let us know what you're up to.
I'm chopping.
Yeah, and the door, it's just open door. Yeah, absolutely. We've got when these pieces are ablaze. Is somebody gonna just stomp them out, or
I'll stomp them out.
Yeah, okay. And so, guys, I mean, there's quite a bit of property damage that's taken place here. This was not without incident for the house. We're missing a door, and it's very clear there's been a blaze in this part of the building.
I don't feel too bad.
Yeah,
it's good.
All right. Well,
so
Lord Talfrin looks around gruffly at the group and he says, "What was that? Anybody?"
No, I have no idea. I think I've had some poor critics in my life, but that was absolutely the worst, most vile critic I've ever seen.
I would agree. It would seem to be some sort of demon or apparition. Perhaps the monster the children were referring to?
I would like to speak to those children. I would like to have a strong word with those children because they could have told us this was up here.
Yes, I agree. But perhaps we can continue our investigation into that apparition's room and see if we can learn more of her nature.
Well, if there's one thing I know is a lady's bedroom.
Then why don't you lead the way, Jean?
Because I'm afraid. Can someone else lead the way, please?
All right. Lord Talfrin moves into the hallway.
Okay.
Trying not to look as hesitant as he feels, and peers very slowly and cautiously into the room.
Okay.
Praying desperately that the woman is not back in the corner.
So we had spoken before when Master Sonna had made her way into the room. We'd spoken before. There's actually a very short hallway, maybe about 3 feet, a sort of a half hallway after, through the doorway. So what you can see now, without actually stepping into the room itself, you can see the windows, at the far end of the bedroom. And again, much like the master bedroom that you had explored at the other end of the floor that you're on right now, this one is in really poor repair. There are drapes over the windows, but these drapes have obviously deteriorated over time, and the grey light from outside has come through them, and that's what's providing light to this part of the house more than anything else at the moment. Other than that, to really get a good look at the contents of the room, just like Master Sonna last time, you would have to take a few steps to actually fully enter the
all right, I take those steps with reluctance, my hand sort of poised to unleash a bolt of fire.
Do you have is Fireball? Is it just a cantrip for you? Is that right?
It's the most beautiful cantrip in the game.
It really is.
I could literally walk around firing a bolt of fire every 5 seconds for the rest of the game.
Right. So this is again, unlike the other room, which clearly was the master bedroom. This is a very simple room, but still a bedroom. There's a bed there, a double bed, but it's very simple. Simple make. There's nothing ornate about it. There's sort of 2 tables at either end of it at the bedside. There's a wardrobe, which is missing the doors, and the interior of the wardrobe is empty. Now, next to the wardrobe, there's a full-length mirror. This actually is quite ornate. There's a frame that's carved in it to look like ivy and berries. The only other thing of note are the 2 doors set in the western wall of this room.
And the spectre in the corner.
There's nothing there anymore.
All right. Well, I relax.
Sorry.
I let out a auto. I knew it. There's a spectre in the corner.
No, go for it. No spectre.
Oh, I thought you were saying...
No, I should say you can probably tell that the door that's furthest from you actually opens up onto a small balcony at the top of the house.
Pleasant. Okay. So I let out a deep sigh of relief, and I call over my shoulder that all's clear. And I move hesitantly up to the mirror, fully expecting it to contain some sort of horrific reflection of myself that will step forth to kill me.
Okay. Luckily, that is not the case. You're fine. However, you do notice, especially because your passive perception is so high, you do notice, much like in many other parts of the house, that the berries, there are quite a few eyeballs hidden within the berries. So some of them are carved into the shape of eyeballs. They don't move. They're just a bit freaky looking.
Yes. Great. I turned. Is it one of those mirrors that you can spin on an axis?
No, it's set right against the wall.
Oh.
Sorry.
All right. I wait for the others to come in. Oh, excuse me.
I had no idea. Is this how I look now? I need a hotel. I need a hot bath, and I need at least an hour with a comb and a brush. This is unreal.
Yes, you do look quite frightful.
Well, thank God for McGregor, right? Yes.
Aye.
All right, shall we try the door that does not lead to the balcony?
If there's a broom in there, I'm not going in there. I'm not. No more mops or brooms for me, thank you.
Or maybe we can just search this room for a discarded diary or something that will explain who that lady was.
Let's do that.
Okay.
What do we roll? Perception?
Yep, perception, please.
20.
Yeah.
So you check.
13.
Okay. Well, we'll go with Talfrin, Lord Talfrin. You probably start with a mirror since you're there, and you do realize, probably as you're inspecting it to see what type of mirror it is, you do realize the mirror can actually push open like a door, and it opens outwards into the room, and beyond that, sort of a blast of musty air because there's a cobweb-filled wooden staircase leading upwards.
I throw my hands up to protect my face from the blast of air.
Yeah. You're fine.
I topple to the floor.
I think we found our hero here, gang. And our natural-born leader. Sir, please, you're embarrassing yourself.
I thwap him in the shins from where I lie.
Ow. Well, obviously, we should inspect this, and I think we haven't really gone over the who gets what percentages yet. But I feel like the more people you raise from the dead, you get a larger share. That just seems fair to me. I don't know how the rest of you feel.
Are you still carrying around all their silver?
No, sir. No, I am not. What silver?
Should I throw an exploratory ball of fire down the hallway?
Haven't you burned enough?
It's a wooden. Now this is unlike if you recall the previous staircase that you went up. It was a spiral marble staircase. It was obviously very showy. This is very much a bare, untreated wood. This is there's nothing ornate at all about this. This was not for show. This is functional only. You do get the impression that something will catch fire if you throw a firebolt up there.
Surely we have a lamp. Someone among us has to have a lamp. I think I may have a lamp.
You do have. You've got an axe that you've been draping.
A glowing axe.
Yeah,
that's right. The axe is glowing.
Oh yes.
I guess I'll head up first.
Okay, we'll wait for you here. Good luck.
Great man.
So you're heading up?
I will do so as quietly and as stealthily as one can, carrying a giant glowing axe.
And now, last time when you climbed the spiral staircases, you had draped the axe in one of the cloaks.
I will do the same thing.
So do you want to take a stealth check for me then, Kellen?
Natural 20 plus 5.
Okay, you're
spectacular.
Absolutely. I mean, you're very proud of yourself as you make your way up. You've obviously been watching some of the others. Not Lord Talfram. He's not been particularly successful in his sneaking. The staircase takes a right angle turn and then opens up into a hallway. It's clearly the attic of the house. It is choked with dust and cobwebs up here. There is a very small window facing the staircase as you come up, and you can see. So this is you've got your wee staircase that you've come up, and you can see a number of doors into rooms here off the hallway in the attic. There's 2 doorways in the northern wall. There's one doorway in the southern wall, and then you've got a doorway over here to the far west of the attic as well. So there's a number of rooms.
How big is this
rooms.
House?
It's a big house.
Holy cow! All right.
I will give the signal to my companions. Caw-caw! Caw-caw! Then all's clear. They should join me up here.
And we do.
Yes, reluctantly, but
smelling of smoke. Hair askance.
Okay, so I mean we're up here again. Much like the previous floor of the house, this is in a terrible state of repair. It doesn't at all. It looks as if like the dust is thick on the floor here. It looks as if it's been years, at the very least, that since anyone has been in here.
Are there any obvious footprints in the dust?
Nope, not at all.
I feel just like death is not an excuse for lack of cleanliness. I think if you die, you could still have a service in once a week. This is just intolerable.
Okay. Good. Glad you got that off your chest.
Is there anything at all in the main room? No big chests of gold or anything?
No, it is much like the staircase. There's no there's nothing. It's just very functional. It is simply a hallway, very basic hallway. The walls here. There's no plasterwork even on them. It's just the brickwork basically at the top of the house. There's this is not somewhere that guests would be expected to go to and see, for example.
Are there any rafters under the roof?
Yes.
Do they have huge human-shaped bats hanging from them?
Do you want to take a
fair question.
Perception check for me?
I'm just going on a suspicion.
Mm-hmm. Clearly not her first rodeo.
No. Someone else, please.
I'll look up there. 16.
Oh, okay.
16.
There are 7 human-shaped bats.
Yeah. No. I mean, you're Kellen. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of cobwebs here, but you're pretty confident that everything here is the normal size you would expect for a residential abode. It doesn't seem to be any unusual shapes or anything that gives you any reason to be concerned. Other than.
So now we have to pick a door.
I'd say the one straight ahead, that one on the northern wall.
Why not?
The very first door, or are we?
Yeah, I'm going to listen to the door and see if there's.
Okay, would you like to take a perception check for me, please?
13.
13. So you don't hear anything.
Do we have a battering ram this time?
There's no battering ram.
We are poorly equipped for adventure.
I'll open the door.
I could burn it down.
Okay. You try to open the door. It's locked.
Burn it down.
Let's not burn the house down with us in it. Why not use an axe? The man has a large, glowing axe. Why not lead with that?
It lacks a certain flair.
I have a set of thieves' tools.
Oh, I do as well.
That's what he calls his axe.
Oh. We could try to pick the lock. This is like thinking with your full senses and not just with fire, sir. I say give the man a chance with this lockpick.
Do you guys want to keep?
I'll try picking the lock.
Do you want to keep checking your inventory, guys?
Huh? Do we have a key? I use the key.
I
We did pick up a key somewhere.
We did. So, someone picked up a key. Who has it?
I want to use the lockpick.
Well,
Okay.
Don't ruin his fun.
all right.
Doesn't work, we'll unlock it with the key.
Go for
Okie
it. Take. Are you proficient with lockpicks? It should say in the bottom left of your character, or thieves' tools. Does it say anything?
It just says that I have them. It doesn't list it as a proficiency.
Somewhere to the bottom left it normally says proficiencies, but there's nothing there for you.
Nothing.
Okay. Okay. Do you want to take a dexterity check for me, please?
8.
No, this is clearly beyond you.
Let's use the key.
So we did pick up a key, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
But do we know who actually received the key? Is anyone? Do we have?
I say we just all feel our pockets and see who discovers it. I begin to feel my pockets, and do I find it?
It's a good thing we're recording this. I have to say I can't recall. I do know that you have.
I find it. I find it in my pocket. There it is. I have it. I have the key. Here it is.
Okay, you've got a key. Amazing.
Well, I give it to McGrag, and I tell him, "Sir, you do the honors."
I bet you've got all the silverware listed there on your character sheet. The top hat is there as well. Just no key.
I do.
Okay, you have a key. You find it in the library drawer downstairs. Would somebody like to use it?
I've given it to McGrag.
I use the key.
Okay.
Good idea.
The door opens. There's a single window at the back of the rooms, which again lets light in, so it's lit by more than just the McGreg's axe. This room.
It's a broom closet. It's a broom closet, isn't it?
So the window is here, but this window is barred. It has bars, vertical bars running up and down it. It is flanked by two dusty wood-framed beds. They're clearly children's beds. Quite close to the door, there's a toy chest. It's just off to your right. It's got windmills painted on its sides. Also to your left, there's a dollhouse, and you can instantly recognize that this dollhouse is a perfect replica of the house that you're in right now. There are cobwebs all over the place here, guys. Clearly, again, this room has been disused for a very long time. However, lying in the middle of the floor of this room are two small skeletons. So the clothing that they're wearing is tattered, but it is uneerily familiar. The smaller of the two skeletons cradles a stuffed doll that you also recognize, because the young boy that you met outside had the same.
Crit-Faced is a weekly Dungeons & Dragons podcast. To make sure you never miss an episode, and to get an exclusive prequel episode of the podcast, where you can find out what our characters were up to before this adventure began, head over to critfacedpodcast.com and join our Crit-Faced fan group.